Adam, how's it going, man? Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's going well, bro.
Good deal. So, real quick, just in a sentence or two, who are you? What do you do? Where are you from?
So I'm Adam Rosner. I live in Cincinnati, Ohio, or more accurately in like farmland outside of Cincinnati. And I'm an electronic pop, EDM, and hip hop producer, taking artists' visions for their sound and bringing them to life with a bunch of analog equipment and some unique sound sources.
Awesome, man. Well, cool. So we started working together sort of middle towards the end or fall of last year, maybe. So we've been working together for a while. And you've proven to be a real great client and do a lot. But first, where were you with the production business before we started working together?
Yeah, so before we started working together, I was on year 2 of not being like in my band anymore and just kind of producing for myself for no reason and being like generally frustrated with the fact that I wasn't actually able to like build a career in the music industry for myself. So like the short version of that is I was doing pretty much nothing whatsoever. Um
Got it.
and yeah, now I'm actually like really able to I've built something for myself that's really really incredible, and I'm just so thankful and privileged to get to do it every day. So
So let's talk about that. So we've worked together for, we worked together for a couple months first and then continued working together. Um, Tell me what's different now with the business. What's changed? What are you doing? What are some wins? All that.
yeah, I mean, strictly from like an empirical standpoint, I think the thing like from what I can like measurably say, like, oh, like I'm making money at it for real this time, instead of just kind of like throwing songs at the wall and hoping somebody wants to like sing on them, or just throwing Facebook posts out there and hoping somebody wants to work with me. Like doing like 2 or 3 client projects a month now, which is incredible because I was doing 0, and I'm able to do it at a much higher rate than I think I initially believed was possible. Because again, I didn't really know anything.
Got it. And how much are you charging per song now?
Yeah, so I went from charging like $250 a song to 1,300, which is pretty decent. Planning on still going up from there, but
Cool. And when you originally came to me, you were working a job that you hated
yep.
full time. And how quickly were you able to leave that job?
Um, well, I left that job after about 4 months of working with you. Now, whether or not that was the wise decision necessarily is another story, but that's 100% on me. I've been able to make it through with the skills that I had at that point up until now, and continuing forward. I do work 2 or 3 days a week, but it's at another shop, but it's doing something that I really enjoy. So all around, the improvement to my life has been extreme.
Yeah, I remember, and going from, you know, doing no clients to completely full time in that short amount of time is generally something we'd be cautious about, right?
Yeah.
Um, I like to take things in increments, as you know, but I know that one of the drivers was that particular job that you were working full time at, you had to get out of. And, I remember when we had kind of talked about planning that transition out, and you had called me one day and just was like, I quit, it's over.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I really saw a big mindset shift in you, and saw you go, okay, hey, I'm going to get something that is still a couple days a week. So I'm not running this business out of desperation, but you found something you liked. You could work 2 to 3 days there and then continue to grow the business.
Exactly.
Perfect, man. Cool. Step by step. I like it. So what part of working together do you feel has been the most impactful, or maybe just your most favorite part?
I think my favorite part, honestly, like, so like I'm naturally a very confident person, and I have a lot of energy that I project when I communicate with people all the time. And I grew up being told by people that I needed to turn that off, because it can be annoying and difficult to deal with. And so I like always thought that that was like a bad part of who I was, even though it was like a large part of who I was. And thankfully I found a wife who's totally like capable of handling that and being good with it. But I still was going through like my day to day, like feeling like that something I need to like push into a closet, right? Well, one of the things that I've been able to do since I started working with Dan is really use that confidence, use that energy and intensity, and just bring it out through all of my marketing, all my sales stuff, and in all of the ways that I deal with my clients. Because that's like part of what my ideal client is based around, is somebody who's going to be receptive to that level of intensity and energy, that level of desire to work, get stuff done, build something great. And so as a result, I've been able to channel part of myself really heavily into something that I'm good at. And that's super, super impactful in my life, because I'm able to look at something that I previously thought about as bad, something that was taking away from my confidence as an individual. And I'm now able to apply it forward towards something that's not only just good for me, like psychologically, but makes me money, which is super dope, honestly.
Authenticity. It always works.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Any advice that you would give to, a producer who wants to grow their business, who's thinking about hiring a business consultant, but isn't sure? I remember, we had a lot of back and forth before, you made the investment and came on. What advice would you give to them?
So like a short version would be just do it. But like more elaboration on that would be, I realize that it's like freaky to put your career into the hands of somebody else on some level when you're spending a lot of money, which you should be. But you're asking all your artists to do that anyway. And if you're trying to do premium level work, like with high ticket sales and all that stuff, you're going to be asking artists to risk a lot every time they want to work with you. If you're not willing to do that yourself, it's going to be super difficult for you to ask somebody else to, which is what you want to be doing. So it makes sense from that standpoint. And then second, I can say with full confidence that Dan just kicks ass. And if you're willing to work super hard, and if you're willing to humble yourself and change who you are, which is like a critical aspect of any of this, then you can kill it, and it's totally worth it.
Cool, man. I appreciate it.